Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, glories to Srila Prabhupada, all
Hare
glories
Krishna.
to
Please
Gurudev.
Srila Prabhupada.
Okay, so we are discussing Bhagavad Gita 3.1 today, starting our online discussions. So we'll do a Mangala Charanam. Let me read. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuron Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhya Kripasindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Okay, so would you like to? Okay, I'll read the Sanskrit and then you do the translation.
Okay.
And sorry.
Just maybe like your earphones try and maybe like adjust it. There's just a little bit of like a that friction sound, like static. Just like maybe see if it's.
I don't have an earphone. I'm actually using the laptop's earphone. This doesn't have an earphone.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I wonder.
Okay, it's okay. It's not bad. It's just I thought maybe it's live. It's not bad.
Is it okay? Is it fine? I don't want it to sound messy.
It's a little bit, but not like I can. It's audible. It's quite audible. You are audible right now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, there's not much I can do, I think, at the moment. But let me see.
No, you can carry on.
All right. Okay. I'm just trying to find my mic setting. Let me see. Let me just try adjust one thing.
Should I read the Sanskrit long?
Yeah, okay, you do that.
Arjuna Vacha Jaya Yasi Chakram Jayasi Chakramanaste Ata Buddha Janardana Tatkim Karmani Godi Mammiyo Jasi Keshava.
Okay.
Arjuna Vacha.
Arjuna Uvacha. Okay, sorry.
Arjuna should I? Jayayasi better. Chet, Kamana, then fruit of activity, then fruit of action. Te, by you. Mata is considered. Buddhi, intelligence. Janardana, O Krishna. Tat, therefore. Him, why. Harmony, in action. Gore, gospel. Mam, me. Niyoyasi, you are engaging. Keshava, O Krishna. Okay. You want to read the translation?
Okay, let me read translation, then you can read the purport, then we can start with that. Okay, translation. Just read after me then. Arjuna said.
Arjuna said.
O Janardana.
O Janardana.
O Keshava.
O Keshava.
Why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare?
Why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare?
if you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work.
If you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work.
Okay, so you can read the purport. It's not a long purport. And then
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, has very elaborately described the constitution of the soul in the previous chapter, with a view to deliver his intimate friend Arjuna from the ocean of material greed. And the path of realization has been recommended, Buddhi Yoga, or Krishna consciousness. Sometimes Krishna consciousness is misunderstood to be inertia, and one with such a misunderstanding often withdraws to a secluded place to become fully Krishna conscious by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. But without being trained in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, it is not advisable to chant the holy name of Krishna in a secluded place, where one may acquire only cheap adoration from the innocent public. Arjuna also thought of Krishna consciousness or Buddhi Yoga or intelligence and spiritual advancement of knowledge as something like retirement from active life and the practice of penance and austerity at a secluded place. In other words, he wanted to skillfully avoid fighting by using Krishna consciousness as an excuse. But as a sincere student, he placed the matter before his master and questioned Krishna as to his best course of action. In answer, Lord Krishna elaborately explained Karma Yoga or working Krishna consciousness in this third chapter.
okay. So could you, whatever you've read now, just like in one or two points, would you be able to understand that purport just briefly, what you've understood? Yeah, so we will go into it in depth, but just kind of what you gathered from what we've read.
Yeah, so basically, in 2 points, Arjuna thought that Krishna consciousness or Buddhi Yoga, the path of intelligence, means renunciation to a secluded place, like Ashtanga Yoga. But basically, in this paragraph, Krishna is explaining that it's not that, and he's saying, Prabhupada is explaining that it's not like that, and Krishna will explain in the next chapter what Karma Yoga is.
Okay, so yeah, that's okay. So what you're saying is that Arjuna was thinking that Krishna consciousness was more of a way to renounce the actual duties of the world and go to a secluded place and do Ashtanga Yoga and meditate and remove yourself from your obligations in the material world. And in that way, you can be saintly and not really participate in all these ghastly things. But then what was explained as well is that Krishna will now kind of explain what the path of karma yoga really is. What like karma means work. So what work for Krishna actually entails. Did I understand you?
That's good.
Okay, great. So let's go into the translation. So you could go first if that's okay. You can read the translation, understand the translation, and then we can go to like responses. Just quickly, if there's one or two words, I can see a few that I am not too clued up with, and we can always research it. So just to understand the translation. Yeah.
So Arjuna said, O Janardana, O Keshava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare? If you think that intelligence is better than fruitive work. Okay, so should I say what I understand from it or anything that's working?
Yeah. What do you understand of that? Or you can use just a small word or a phrase or something that you want to understand, or the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's basically, this is the reply after Arjuna has surrendered. He's now questioning his spiritual master and saying that, you told me this, but now you want me to do this. So it's kind of, I would say, conflict of interest. That's, I think, the summary. This is a conflict of interest. Yeah, between spiritual master and disciple. Yeah.
Okay. But you have not kind of explained what the sentence is. I know you gave a background story, but I'll reflect that to you.
Yeah.
So you're saying that previously discussion kind of led to Arjuna's surrender, and now Arjuna is a bit confused with the whole instruction of what work is and so on, and now he's actually in the surrendered state. He is asking his spiritual master for the best course of action, because it seems like there's a conflict of interest or conflict in the description. Okay, if I understood you.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, that's perfect. So Arjuna said, "O Janardana," so His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj, she explains that Janardana can mean two things. It can mean the killer of the people or the protector of the people. So Janardan, Jana, the people, and then Ardana, protector or killer of the people. So in one sense, the sentence Arjuna is saying, "O killer of the enemy, O killer of the people, sorry, you want to engage me in this costly warfare. Why do you want to engage me in this costly warfare if you think intelligence is better than fruitive work?" So he's saying, if you think it's better, then as Janardana, you go kill the people. You are the killer of the people, so you go kill the people. So he's again trying to be averse from this his duty.
Okay.
When he says,
hold your thought. Okay. So I'm just going to reflect that back to you, if it's fine.
Yeah.
Keep it in small, short sound bites, so that the old people can also kind of remember. Okay. So you're saying that His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj explains what Janardana means, and Janardana could mean protector of people or killer of the people. And in this context, Arjuna is kind of inciting Krishna to go do the killing himself and leave him out of it. So did I understand you?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
I can maybe add one more thing. That's actually the comment that's being made. That's how I understood from Maharaj's explanation. Because if you look at the question, it seems like a question, but it's actually a rhetorical question. Because he's saying, if you think this, or why do you want to do this if you think that intelligence is better than work? It's kind of it's a poignant question. It's like fully loaded with sentiment about his feelings and what he actually wants Krishna to do. So it's not actually so much an inquiring question, but it's more that point that was made now. That Krishna, why are you doing this? You do this. He's complaining about the instruction. That's what I understand.
Okay, let me just try to capture what you said, if I understood it properly. So I'm just going to read the sentence. O Janardana, O Keshava, why do you want to engage me in this ghastly warfare? If you think that intelligence is better than fruit of work. So this question, according to your understanding, it's not so much a inquisitive question, but it's a question. It's a question that that brings up a lot of feelings. He's kind of inquiring. The main question is like, why would you want to engage me in these things if you already know the best solution for the problem, and why like involve me in this? Did I understand you? But I don't think I did properly understand you. You can.
The feelings part, that was the main point, that like Arjuna is actually trying to express his feelings of like his feelings of not disappointment, his feelings of discomfort in the situation. He's being asked to do something that he doesn't want to do, and it's kind of like, when a child is told, go do the dishes, and then he has to do the dishes as his duty, but the child will really go on like, why me? Why me? Why can't she do it? Why can't, she's a girl, she can do the dishes. It's kind of, it's not actually that he's like, the child is asking, why me? He knows that it's his duty, but he just doesn't want to do it. So he's saying, rather she's a girl. So yeah, Janardana, Arjuna is saying, all these emotions are coming up. These emotions that he shouldn't do this because he doesn't feel like doing it. He isn't meant to do this. These are his friends, he's that, all of these things are coming out in this question. Because to speak like this to your spiritual master, it has to have been something that, like a lot of built up emotion. You don't just like, out of nowhere tell your spiritual master, why are you giving me this order? Why are you telling me to do this? Well, why don't you do it? I mean, we as aspiring devotees, I don't think we would say that to our spiritual masters. Like, why are you giving me this instruction? I can't. So it's actually, it means that there's a lot of feeling behind. That's the point, and you understood that. So that's, yeah. You don't have to reflect that. That's basically. Maybe you can now give your understanding of this.
No, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So,
No, that's fine. Is there anything else that you would have like to say on the sentence? Your understanding. I don't want to like go into mine at the moment.
yeah, that's kind of that's my idea from it. Yeah. That's my overview.
Okay. That's fine. Do you have like any responses? Do you have doubts, or is there some words that or phrases that you want to unpack, understand a bit
Maybe,
better?
I mean, I understand Janardana, the meaning, but Keshava, do you know what the meaning of Keshava is?
Not really. So I'm going to open up database here and see if I can just do a quick search on Kesava.
Yeah, I mean, it's often said that, like you actually made a point some time ago, that the names have significant meaning, usually in Bhagavad Gita. So maybe there's something in there.
Here we go. Conversation with George Harrison. Okay, so yeah, it's a conversation by George Harrison. He says, therefore, in that song he remarked, Keshava, Drita Mina Sarira Jaya Jagadisha Hare. It is praying to Krishna.
Oh my
Keshava is the name of Krishna. Keshava, you have appeared, you have incarnated
Sorry,
as a...
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Just so can you repeat that? My internet is acting up again.
Okay.
I think I moved my desk slightly.
Okay. Let me just find a different reference for Keshava, because what I found was not really helpful. Give me a moment. Just want to get a proper source. Okay, so yeah, I know it's not a great source. Okay, wait. But it is on Wikipedia. It says Keshava. Keshava is the name of Vishnu. Okay. Wait. Okay, the description wasn't... Okay, yeah. Keshava means the one with beautiful, long, unshorn hair, or the killer of the Keshi demon. According to the Padma Purana, the name refers to Krishna's long, beautiful-looking, unshorn hair. Referring to the Ramayana. Okay. So... And it also means the one who, like, it refers to Vishnu. So Ka means Brahma and Isha means Shiva. So Keshava is the one who animates Brahma and Shiva. So that's just like a description of Vishnu. But it's the killer of the Keshi demon. That is kind of the more relevant understanding.
I think that's also what is I recall that in some classes. I think that's the more in our terms. Yeah, killer of the Keshi demon. So that kind of, again, I mean, in the last one when we spoke about Madhusudana, I think we spoke about Madhusudana. It was, Arjuna was asking Krishna to destroy his the demon of his something. What's that verse? Let me actually for people check that out. Do you remember what it is? What he wanted Krishna to destroy in terms of Madhusudana? To kill the demon of something?
I don't know if it wasn't his lamentation.
Now Arjuna wanted Krishna to kill the demon of misunderstanding. Yeah. So, and that was the first verse of the last chapter as well. So maybe there's something more. Maybe I'm slightly misunderstood I don't retract what I said earlier. I still think that's like a side of it. But then maybe there is slightly a question to it, like, Arjuna is asking him to kill the misunderstanding again, because there's a misunderstanding again. You know, this intelligence, what is this intelligence? Isn't intelligence going to a secluded place and fruitive activity is like not what I should do? You know, there's this conflict between the two ideas. And Prabhupada in the purport is explaining that. So maybe that's actually a Deshava means to kill the misunderstanding again, in a different way. Kill the demon of misunderstanding. Because now there's a second misunderstanding. I think it's significant that they both like they're both the first verse of the chapter, and the demon is mentioned. And in both cases, there was some misunderstanding.
Okay, so I'm going to reflect what you're saying. So we are kind of trying to unpack the word Keshava, and we understood that it kind of means that Krishna is a killer of the Keshi demon. But then what you brought up as well is that there could be a deeper meaning to Keshava, because just like the previous chapter, the first verse, Arjuna is referring to Krishna as the killer of Madhu, Madhusudana, meaning that he is the killer of doubts or misunderstandings. And in this instance, there's also a little bit of misunderstanding or a little bit of confusion of what to do, what the right course of action is. And the word Keshava could signify a deeper meaning, like also something to do with misunderstanding. So it would be, did I understand you?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Anything on your side, Prabhu?
Eh?
Anything else?
I would like to actually find something in the Veda base on Keshava. Actually, give us a little bit more of a hint of what it means. Let me see. Okay. So wonder if I can find the Keshi demon. Let me see something. Okay, the Keshi demon. Okay, so the Keshi demon was dispatched by Kamsa. And the demon. Okay, wait. Okay. Keshi's legend is recounted in the 10th book of the Bhagavad Purana. Okay, so it's in the 10th canto. Kamsa, the king of Mathura and the maternal uncle of Krishna, is destined to be killed by Krishna. In an attempt to avoid his death, Kamsa sends a series of demons to Gokul, where Krishna is staying with his foster parents. Let me just get into the Keshi. Keshi assumes the form of a huge horse who gallops at the speed of thoughts, wears the earth with his hooves and scatters celestial vehicles and clouds in the sky with his mane. His night his neighing terrifies the people. Krishna challenges Keshi to a duel as a horse is creating havoc around Gokul. Keshi roars like a lion and charges towards Krishna, striking him with his hooves. Krishna catches hold of Keshi's two legs and tosses him to a great distance. Recovering from the fall, the agitated Keshi opens his mouth and attacks Krishna. As soon as Krishna thrusts his left arm into Keshi's mouth, all of Keshi's teeth fall out. Krishna's arm expands, Keshi chokes to death. As sweat flows from his body, his eyes roll and he struggles, kicking his feet. As Keshi falls, as Keshi falls lifeless on the ground, assuming his true demon form, the gods and Narada extol Krishna. Narada is the panegyric. In his panegyric, thanks Krishna for easily slaying the horse demon, whose name alone was driving the gods to abandon heaven. He further prophesies the good deeds that Krishna will perform later, including the killing of Kamsa. Okay. But this is, the Keshi demon I am then going to find in the 10th canto, but not today. Let me see.
Okay, can we maybe end up here? I want to maybe take a nap before that.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. But thank you so much for this. I'm just gonna put this on here if anyone is interested in contacting us and watching or seeing us on a website or emailing. Okay. Panchakapa Dhruvisha Kripa Sindhu Patitana Pavni Vyashna